Right, James, go ahead, please.
Hi, Ben. What are the key lessons to take from this first test then as you head to Manchester?
I think we'll be able to look back on that, particularly as a batting unit, and understand that when we get into positions like we did in the first innings and our second innings batting, that we need to be really ruthless, and understanding that when we're on top to not give it back to the opposition, regardless of who that is. If we had another 60, 80 runs to play with today, obviously it would have been a different game, and we had opportunities to do that in both innings when we had the bat in our hands. So, look, we'll be able to take a lot of learning from it. But you try and take some positives from it, and it's a great learning curve for us as a batting group. Yet again, it's the same messages that we keep saying to each other. It's obviously we base our Test match cricket about getting big first innings runs, but positives from it is we've got a young lad in Zach Crawley who came out and showed the potential of someone who could be around for a long time.
To what extent do you feel you missed Stuart Broad, and will he come back into the equation for the second test?
Oh, look, I mean, obviously we made a decision based around thinking pace was going to stand us in, a better place in the long game that Test cricket offers. Obviously Stuart is a fantastic bowler, but he understood the reasons why. But looking at the interview he gave to Sky Sports, I thought it was absolutely brilliant. To see the desire and passion that he showed in the answers that he gave. If he wasn't like that, then I would be worried. If it was just, just hopefully we get picked for the next one, then, I'll be a bit concerned. But, to see somebody like that who's played over 100 Test matches, got so many wickets as he has, to still see that fire burning deep inside and want to go out and perform for England at every opportunity. It's fantastic to see as a senior player in this team, and amazing to still see that in somebody who's played so many games.
And finally, for me, Joe Root will come back for the second test. That's a big boost, isn't it, for the top order, and some big selection decisions in that top order ahead? Yeah,
I mean, obviously, welcoming Joe back in next week is great from a team point of view. Obviously he's one of the best players in the world, so he is a big miss when he doesn't play, and really looking forward to welcoming him back. But obviously next week I don't have to make any of those decisions, so good luck, Joe.
Rory, please.
Ben, I was just going to sort of follow up on that about the decisions. A lot of talk about all-rounders, which you've heard no doubt plenty of, about the workload and that. How have you found this week in terms of the extra burden of decisions, be it selection meetings, what to do at the toss, what to do every day? Has it taken a toll on you at all this week, do you think, or not?
No, look, I've thoroughly enjoyed the role that I had to play this week with Joe being at home. Obviously I found out a while before, so I was really looking forward to the opportunity. And if I'm being honest, last night was the only night where I really struggled to sleep, because obviously it was, there was a lot to think about, how the game's going to end up, what's going to happen if this happens, if that happens. So I can see why Joe loses a lot of sleep, because he's got to do that every game. But look, I've really enjoyed the responsibility of leading the team and making decisions out there. Look, it didn't change me as a player whatsoever. With the bat in my hand and when I had the ball in my hand, I still operated the same way that I feel I always do for England. And I'll be able to look back on this. Obviously disappointed not to win, but one that I can say I've captained England, so obviously it's a very proud moment.
Okay, Will, and then Dean, please.
Ben, England have made a bit of a habit of losing the opening test of recent series, but in South Africa you obviously bounced back very well and won the series 3-1. This is a shorter series, but is that sort of the blueprint this time? Got the experience there?
Yeah, I mean, look, we've got 2 games left, and we're we're going to set a target of winning this series 2-1 because, you know, we don't want to draw series, we want to win series. So we know what we've got to do, which is to win the next 2 games. Look, we're obviously disappointed, and I think we know where the moments were in the game where we lost it. But overall, you know, I think the efforts that everybody's shown with such a long period of time off the field was fantastic. You know, I can't fault anybody. Everybody's absolutely exhausted up in the changing rooms, especially after today. You know, it's an exhausting period of the game on that day 5 when you're out the field and you're trying to give everything you absolutely can. That's the message that I delivered to everybody today is, you know, you leave everything out on that field for the badge and the number under your badge. So I'm proud of each and every one of the other 10 lads out there. But, you know, we'll have to learn from the experiences from this game where we knew that where we lost it.
Okay, Dean, Stefan, and I will take one more, please.
Ben, talking about last day efforts, can you just have a word about Jofra Archer's performance today? He looked a threat from ball one, really, bowled some pretty brutal stuff that seemed hard to deal with. And also, just what did you say to him? It looked like you had your arm around him as you walked out. As you know, this might be your day, Jofra, or something like that. Can you just tell us what you said and what you thought of his performance?
Yeah, look, Jofra obviously today was a huge threat every time he had the ball in his hand. You know, he obviously got into a little battle there with Jermaine Blackwood at the end, which was great to see. You know, and Jofra is he's an X-factor player, but he's also you know, not trying to read into that too much. He's also a very skillful player. So to have somebody like that in your bowling attack where you can sort of go in and out of different scenarios of how you want him to bowl. You know, he's skillful with the new ball, and then obviously we've seen what you can do with an older ball today, which is crank it up. And you know, I've got a good, very, very good relationship with Jofra. You know, I think he trusts me a lot, which obviously goes beyond the cricket field. I just ask him just to leave everything out there for me. And just run through a brick wall as everybody does for everybody here. You know, I said to him, you know, just run through that brick wall for me today, mate. I just want everything from you, and he did it. It's great to see him back out on the field bowling like that today. But let's not look too far forward ahead like you guys did last time after the World Cup and then start shooting him down again. It's great signs to see Jofra being able to run in and do what he did today. So yeah, very pleased with his efforts.
Thanks.
Okay, Stefan, and then we'll finish with Tim Wigmore.
Ben, so often, particularly when England play away from home, we talk about the need for an extra yard of pace to make things happen. And yet when you combine your 2 fastest bowlers, here we are talking about selection and leaving Stuart Broad out. So is it almost a case of you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't?
Oh, look, I know it's been a massive talking point, but you know, I stand by my decision, because if I didn't, you know, what type of message is that sending to the other guys who we picked? It was a very tough call to leave somebody like Stuart out. You know, his record is obviously phenomenal, but we made a call that you know, before a ball was bowled, that I felt pace was going to be in the long run, you know, more beneficial to us winning this game. Obviously we've lost, but you know, I'm not going to look back on this test match and have any regrets. It shows that we're in a great position as a team to be able to pick so many bowlers, and to leave someone like Stu's quality out is a great place to be at. But look, I stand by my selection, you know, because as I said, if I regret anything, it doesn't send the right message whatsoever to the other guys who played.
And was it just for, obviously it was just for this match, but was it also with half an hour in the future?
Just for this match, as I was in charge for this match, yeah.
Okay, last one, Tim Wigmore, please.
Hi, Ben. England now lost 4 of the last 6 tests to the West Indies. Is there any reason for that record, do you think, and why they're such a hard team for England to play against?
Well, cricket's a game of scoring more runs than the others, so that's why they've won 4 out of 6, because they've scored more runs. Can't put the finger on it why. They're a very tough team to play against. You know, they're a very passionate nation, and I feel when whenever we go to the West Indies to play them, or when they come here, they really deliver. But look, we've got 2 more games left in the series. We know we've got to win them, and we'll be doing everything that we can possible to get those 2 victories.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. Catch you soon. Cheers.